Hello everyone, this is Gary and today we're doing another travel video. Now, as with all my travel videos, this is somewhere that I have visited and I thought it was well worth doing this video because I thought it was well worth a visit, and I would recommend that if you're in the area or you're planning a holiday in this area, that it is well worth thinking about going to this place as well. Now, you will find in this video some background, some history, some information about the place, and much of the detail of what I have been saying in this video will also appear in the description box if you want to have a look, as well as some links to some other travel videos that may be relevant and worth considering. You'll also find in the background, as I'm telling you about the place, some pictures to show you what is involved, what it looks like, and to help inform that decision, as I said, as to whether you make a visit as well. Or if you're just generally interested in this place, well, again, this video is for you, I hope. But really, there's not much more for me to say other than let's just get into it. Okay, so here we are today at Stourhead, a very famous location owned by the National Trust since 7 March 1946. Now, the background to Stourhead is that it was created in the 18th century by a well-known banking family, the Hoares, H-O-A-R-E-S, and indeed there is a private bank still in London of that name. After 8 generations of family ownership, according to the National Trust website, Henry Hoare gave the house, its gardens, its landscaped gardens, and about 3,000 acres of surrounding land to the National Trust. The decision was apparently triggered by the tragic death of his only son and heir, Harry, during the First World War. Now, in part due to the outbreak of the Second World War, the discussions and the final transfer took over 10 years, but the paperwork was eventually signed in 1946 and the gift was made and much cherished, according to the National Trust website, to this day. And indeed, I can confirm it is an absolutely splendid place to visit, well worth a visit with great scenery, which you can see in the pictures in this video. Now, again, according to the National Trust website and indeed to Wikipedia, the lake at Stourhead is artificially created. There's a path that goes around the lake and it's supposed to evoke a journey similar to that of a descent to the underworld. So there's clearly references to Greek mythology in the way the place is laid out. Now, the monuments used around the lake are to frame one another. For example, the Pantheon is to encourage you to walk over the bridges and around the lake until you reach it, but then when you arrive at the Pantheon, you look back to the opposite shore of the lake, which again encourages you to go back there and see what is at the other end. Now, the Pantheon was thought to be the most important visual feature of the gardens, and it appears in many pieces of artwork owned by the Hoare family. The gardens were said to be designed by Henry Hoare II and laid out between 1741 and 1780 in what is described, at least in Wikipedia, as a classical 18th century design set around a large lake. Now, the lake, as I have said before, is artificially created and was achieved by damming a small stream. The inspiration behind the creation of this landscape were a variety of painters, and many of their paintings can be seen in the house, and the style of those paintings and indeed of the landscape is what has been described as a utopian type view of Italian landscapes. An early feature which predates the lake is known as the Temple of Flora, but lakeside features include the Palladian Bridge, which has 5 arches at the eastern end of the lake, and the Rockwork Bridge over the road to the south of the lake. To the west you will find the grotto and the Gothic cottage summer house. So, I hope you enjoy the images of Stourhead, its lake, and in particular the interior of the house. And if you get an opportunity, I would encourage you to take a visit to Stourhead and enjoy this pleasant and enjoyable scenery for yourself. Okay, so that was just a short summary, a short travel video about the place. Obviously there is way more that you can find out and discover if you go there yourself or if you do some research as I have done, but I hope that it will give you a little bit of a background, a little bit of information which will enable you to have a look further if you're interested in going to this place. Now, if you like this video, please mark it as a like, and if you want to see more videos like this, well then please subscribe. And apart from that, there's nothing really left to say except thank you very much for watching this video, and bye for now.